6 of the off-season, so starting off with these concentric squats with the SSB bar. That was my first warm-up at 140. Ended up progressing that down to 160 on the next one. It moved okay, gave me enough confidence to think that I had 180 kilos in the tank. So I loaded that up. The first time I attempted that, it didn't go as well, so we'll see from this next clip. I gave it 2 good goes, it just didn't seem to want to get moving, so that was me having a second go in a second. This position was really awkward for me. It felt like the difficult part of my squat, as well as sort of that initial leg drive you need on the deadlift to get the deadlifts moving. So missed it there, knew I had the confidence, came back and hit it again. It was just one of those big grinds again. I've been really enjoying doing these grinds and having that aspect of my training. Getting a bit mental there as well, which is all good fun. Moving on was max effort upper body, which was on the Thursday. So that was with pin press. I found it really awkward to get a good pin press position on my rack with the current spacing of the uprights and the safeties. So I ended up doing pin press. It was probably about an inch away from my chest, so I'd call it about between a half board and a one board, that sort of distance. Worked up to this single at 110. Would have struggled to go much heavier based on the unrack and just making sure I wasn't going to die, so I left it there. Dynamic effort lower body was once again on the Saturday. It's been good having moved it to this day. I ended up filming 2 sets, so set 1 and set 8. So this is set 1. I'm quite happy with how these went, so I feel my tightness on the box is getting better and then exploded up. And I figure if I can do a good wave of these camber bar squats with the same weight that I need to use moving forwards, for regular bar squats, I think my regular bar squats will be really, really quick and thus benefit my total moving forward. So this was the last lot, all finished. Speed deadlifts I did, it was due for 12 sets of 1. It was the last week, so I wanted to work up to a bit of a bigger deadlift after I'd done my main work. It felt good. All the 10 sets prior, so all the 135 sets, and set 10 moved really well as expected. So I ended up doing set 11 was 165 kilo, which is this one. And then I ended up doing 200 kilos. I just wanted to feel it out. 200 didn't feel the best. I got caught almost on the bottom of my singlet in that awkward position. I sort of took it for granted as I got the speed and rushed the middle part of the lift. So moving forwards, I need to be mindful of that with the heavier deadlift attempts. Dynamic effort upper body was today, so Sunday the 7th. Everything felt pretty good today, much better than last week, so a bit more speedy. Managed to get some good positions in, especially on the lower percentage weights. It felt really good. Mid grip still feels weird and I don't like it, but I'm learning to live with that moving forwards. Wide grip still feeling the best, but with the positioning the elbows, I'm still not in a great position, but I think once I have a bit more high frequency, regular exposure to the wide grip, week on, and maybe in the lead up to a competition, I'll be in a bit of a better shape. But for now, off-season wise, just building strength in all my angles, I'm quite happy doing it like this. I think next week we move on to a bit more of a traditional sort of West Side-esque speed work session, so we'll see how that goes. The second lot, so the 5x3, was at 80 kilos this week, so I think it was the original third lot weights, so that's pretty good. I did also work up to an extra single at 100 kilos, which was shown in a second after I'd finished my main speed work, just because I wanted to test it out and see how I was going with the heavier weights. Didn't move amazingly quick, didn't move amazingly shit, so it was sort of in the middle. Didn't want to go up from there, so I was quite happy. But yeah, enjoyed this week again. That was the last single. Looking forward to next week with some straight bar box squats. We'll see how we go.